Police in Farmington, Utah, released body camera footage Wednesday that captured the barrage of gunfire which killed a 25-year-old man during a traffic stop last week. Chase Allen was pulled over by Farmington police on March 1 at around 3:20 p.m. near a post office after an officer spotted an illegal license plate, a placard with a flag, on Allen's blue BMW. Farmington Police Chief Eric Johnson said during a press conference Wednesday. During the press conference, Johnson told reporters that officers started to shoot after they saw Allen reach down, but also said that it is unclear exactly what happened in those brief seconds, because the body camera's view is unclear. The footage, a compilation video of 5 body-worn police cameras and a single dashboard camera, shows a police car following Allen's BMW into a parking lot. The officer parks behind Allen's car, walks over to it and taps on the driver's window. Allen cracks open the window while holding a cell phone. "The reason you were stopped today is there is no registration on your vehicle," the officer tells Allen in the video. "I don't need registration and I don't answer questions," Allen replies. "Alrighty," the officer says, and then proceeds to call backup. The officer and Allen go back and forth about why he was pulled over, before the officer tells Allen he is detained and not free to leave. He then continues to ask for identification. Allen can be heard citing what he claims are legal arguments for his refusal to provide one. "I understand what you are saying," the officer replies, "but you are lawfully required to identify yourself." More arguing ensues before Allen hands the officer a passport. The officer then orders Allen to step out of the vehicle. At this point, video shows other officers have arrived at the scene. Allen is seen refusing to step out of the car. He is still wearing his seatbelt and holding his cell phone. "I am not required to," Allen tells police. The body cam footage then stops and highlights what police allege is a holster on Mr. Allen's hip. The holster is flexing upward, as seen through the driver's window, police said. Allen, who is wearing a khaki coat and a trucker hat, still refuses to step out when another officer warns him that if he doesn't comply, "We're going to break the window and pull you out." Allen is then seen transferring his cell phone from his left hand to his right hand as an officer opens the driver's door. The police video then stops to highlight what it claims is Allen's right hand moving toward the holster, as another officer wearing a beanie leans into the front seat and tries to get Allen. One of the officers yells, "Gun! Gun! Gun!" The police officer slams the door shut and 5 officers are seen drawing their guns and rapidly firing several rounds at the BMW. An officer then yells, "Cease fire," and the shooting stops. The officers pull Allen's body out of the car. The footage again stops to highlight an empty holster on his hip. The video then shows a gun on the floor partially visible under the mat of the driver's seat. The 5 officers involved in the shooting have not been identified. "I feel like they deserve privacy right now," Johnson said Wednesday. Allen's family has accused the police of brutal murder, saying they have been stonewalled by the department, according to a statement released to local media last week. Allen's family said he was studying law the last few years and was a patriot doing what he could to defend the people's freedom and liberty in his community, according to the Salt Lake Tribune. 4 of the 5 officers have been with Farmington police for between 7 and 8 months, and the 5th officer is a 12-year veteran of the department, Johnson said. The status of the officers was not clear, but Johnson said he was down 20% of his force and thanked other police departments from helping with daily operations. Allen's family has said the officer who pulled him over requested multiple other officers to the scene a couple of blocks prior to the stop, according to the Salt Lake Tribune. At the press conference, Johnson disputed the family's statement. "I want to point out there has been a statement, an allegation made that backup was called for prior to this. That is absolutely untrue," the police said. "It's a tragic ending to what started out as an everyday traffic stop," Johnson said.